What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Today it is time for the Week 17 predictions in the Premier League, and it is the final video of the year 2020. I want to give a massive shout out to all of you for the support on the videos this year. It's been absolutely insane, and we're very close to 15,000 subscribers. I also want to give a shout out to another fellow content creator on YouTube, the Dugout Football channel, for leaving his predictions on the previous week's video, as he always likes to do. I do enjoy watching your videos, Doug, so keep it up, mate. If you guys do want to be featured in the next episode of the Premier League predictions, then please do leave your predictions down in the comments below. And I also want to give another massive shout out to the guys over at OneFootball, because they are sponsoring this video and they've been supporting the channel for the last couple of months. And if you don't know what OneFootball is, it is a free app available on iOS and Android, and it's got everything that you could want when it comes to your football needs, whether that's tables, scores, injury news, transfer news, updates. It's got everything there on a really clean and easy to use interface. So definitely go and check out the OneFootball app using the link in the description to support the channel. And massive thank you, OneFootball, once again for sponsoring this video and helping keeping things going. Now, week 16 was a bit of a topsy-turvy week. It wasn't a great week for me in terms of my tips, but out of the 8 games that were actually played, obviously 2 of them were postponed, I got 4 out of the 8 results, so that's not terrible. I got Burnley to beat Sheffield United, Southampton and West Ham to draw, Leeds to beat West Brom, and Man United to beat Wolves, so it wasn't the worst, but I definitely think we can do better this time round. So as I said, leave your predictions down in the comments below, drop a like, and let's get to it. Kicking it off, we have Everton up against West Ham. West Ham drawing 0-0 with Southampton, and Everton having their game against Manchester City postponed due to, I think it was cases in the Manchester City camp. So Everton will be fresh and fighting fit, and they have a very good record at Goodison Park, and they've beaten West Ham the last 2 times West Ham travelled to Goodison Park. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Everton win, and my tip is simply going to be Everton to win at 1.95. I really like those odds. I think Everton can get the job done. Perhaps Dominic Calvert-Lewin to score once again, and Everton to take the dub. Now, next up, it is a big game with Liverpool dropping points, with teams quite a bit lower than them drawing quite a few games. Manchester United up against Aston Villa, and United have a chance to really close the gap on Liverpool now. And I think Man United are going to do just that. I'm going to give them the win at Old Trafford. I do have a Man United fan who keeps coming back and commenting on my videos, why do I never predict Man United to win? That's just because he's looking at the thumbnail. I put Man United to lose in the thumbnail to attract people like him to the video to watch the video, but he just doesn't watch the video. I often think Man United are going to win. I think they're going to win here. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win, because although Man United's home record hasn't been as good as their away record, I think they have what it takes to beat Aston Villa here, but I don't see Aston Villa drawing a blank, because unlike in the Man United Wolves game, where I said Man United should have won 2-0, and they did, Aston Villa will be tricky customers with the ways that they are playing, because if they win their games in hand, they'll be right near the top of the table as well. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to United, but in case it doesn't come off and Aston Villa do get a draw, I do still see both teams scoring, so my tip is going to be Man United double chance and both teams to score at 1.83. That was my tip for the Man United Leicester game, and of course that came true with a 2-2 draw. Now next up, it is Tottenham up against Leeds. Tottenham, their fixture against Fulham was postponed due to the virus and the cases there, but Leeds came off of a massive 5-0 win against West Brom. So Leeds are going to come out swinging. They're going to score goals. I think Tottenham, however, are going to get the win at home. So this is going to be a very exciting game. I think in contrast to a lot of Tottenham games, I think it's going to be very high scoring, because Leeds do not allow for low scoring games. Remember, first game of the season, they beat Fulham 4-3. You know, they score loads of goals. They concede loads of goals for the most part. Obviously against West Brom they didn't. So Tottenham should have the quality to beat Leeds, but Leeds have the quality to cause Tottenham some troubles, and Mourinho will be aware of that. I don't think he'll be able to, you know, keep as defensively solid as they have been. So I'm going to go for a high scoring game, a 4-2 win to Tottenham Hotspur. It's a bit of a random scoreline, but I think I could see it happening. I predicted Man United to beat Leeds 4-2, and Man United went and won 6-2, so maybe it'll be 6-2 to Tottenham. But I'm going to go for 4-2 to Tottenham. My tip, in case I have got the narrative of the game completely wrong, and Mourinho does manage to do it, and he gets like a 2-0 win, my tip is Tottenham win and over 1.5 goals at 1.95. Now next up, it is Crystal Palace up against Sheffield United. Crystal Palace hard-fought point against Leicester, which is, you know, like I said, a very good point for them. And Sheffield United losing again to Burnley, and I think this is actually going to be a very close game. Crystal Palace should win this game, but I don't think they will. Call me crazy. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, and my tip is going to be Sheffield United double chance at 1.8. I cannot see them to keep losing these games. When they did draw against Brighton and picked up a point, I did predict them to get a 1-0 win there, but I did tip Sheffield United double chance. So I currently have a 100% success rate with that tip. figured this might be a good one to have a go, so we'll go with a 1-1 draw. Now, next up, it is Brighton up against Wolves. Obviously, Wolves still without Raul Jimenez, who is a key missing part of the puzzle for them. And Brighton, they were unable to get anything against Arsenal. They did have quite a few chances, but it just didn't fall their way. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I mean, it's Brighton and it's Wolves, two of the potentially lowest-scoring teams overall on average in the Premier League. The last time they played was a 0-0 draw, although I think Wolves at full strength are a better team than Brighton. They are away from home, and they're not quite at full strength. So I'm going to go for another draw. I'm going to go for a 0-0, and my tip is going to be draw at 3.25. Next up, it is West Brom up against Arsenal. West Brom coming off of a 5-0 defeat to Leeds, and Arsenal back-to-back wins in the Premier League. Let's go! So I think this is actually going to be a difficult game for West Brom. I think Arsenal are going to continue their momentum, and I see Arsenal winning this one. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Arsenal, because the games that Arsenal have been playing this season have been pretty low scoring, and I don't think Arsenal have not necessarily the firepower, but just the fluidity and cohesion right now to score a lot of goals and blow teams away like better teams have been doing this year in the Premier League. So I'm going to keep it low scoring, 2-0 to Arsenal, and my tip is going to be Arsenal to win at 1.6. The next game is Burnley up against Fulham. I was dabbling with both teams to score here, Burnley winning 2-1 for example, but Fulham, they just came off of a 0-0 draw. Burnley are very, very difficult to break down and beat, especially at Turf Moor, so I'm going to go for the Burnley Classic. We're going to go for a 1-0 win to Burnley, and my tip, in case Fulham do get on the score sheet and it's 1-1 or something like that, or if Burnley do win 2-1, my tip is going to be Burnley double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.61. So that can end 0-0, 1-0 to Burnley, 1-1 or 2-1 to Burnley, or 3-0 to Burnley. So I think Burnley should be the better team, but I'm going to go double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.61. Now the next game is Newcastle up against Leicester. Newcastle got a fantastic result against Liverpool. I did say in my previous week's prediction that Newcastle always play weirdly well against Liverpool. I did think that would lead to them getting a goal though, and they didn't, but they managed to get a 0-0 draw, which they'll definitely be happy with. I think this is going to be difficult for Newcastle. Leicester have really good away form. I think them and Man United are the best away form in the league, and I think after Leicester managed to grab a point from United, they'll want to try and get all three here against the Newcastle side that Leicester themselves should see themselves beating. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Leicester. I think Newcastle will finally be able to get on the score sheet. Leicester sometimes look a little bit suspect at the back. My tip, and this one's decent value, but it's quite risky. I think I'm going to go for it just on the value. I might put a bet on, and if it goes well, I'll let you know, I guess. Leicester win and over 1.5 goals at 2.0, so evens. So Leicester to win 2-1 is my score prediction, and the tip is Leicester win over 1.5 goals to allow for that 2-0 win that Leicester do love. Next up, it is a huge game. Chelsea up against Manchester City. Chelsea falling off in recent weeks, losing to Arsenal, dropping points against Aston Villa, up against a Manchester City side who are seemingly impossible to break down. Their defence is wicked. They're conceding barely any goals, if any at all, and they did have their game postponed against Everton due to some cases of the virus, and I don't know how many of their players, if any of their players, will be out for this fixture, or even if this game will go ahead. But if I'm assuming that both games go ahead and teams are at full strength and they're in the routine that they're in, I can't look past Manchester City, and I'm going quite brave here. I'm predicting Chelsea to draw a blank at Stamford Bridge. I could see them scoring. I could see this prediction going completely wrong. If Chelsea come back full strength and Manchester City don't, they might feel a bit out of practice. But if Man City are at full strength, somehow, some way, I think Manchester City will win this. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Manchester City, and my tip is going to be Man City to win at 2.2. That's unreal. I think it's just the odds that attracted me. 2.2 is crazy odds, probably because they will have absentees, but Chelsea, they can't beat Arsenal, they couldn't beat Aston Villa, so I don't see them doing it to Manchester City. Now, next up, it is Southampton up against Liverpool. It's the final game of the week, and when I looked at this fixture, I wasn't sure if Danny Ings was available. Without Danny Ings available, in my head, I looked at that fixture and I said 4-1 to Liverpool. And I thought to myself, that might be a little bit of a crazy prediction. I then looked at their recent meetings, and Liverpool beat them 4-0 last time out. So 4-1 really isn't that crazy of a prediction. So I'm going to stick with 4-1 to Liverpool, and my tip is going to be Liverpool win and over 1.5 goals at 1.9. So that is going to do it for my Premier League predictions week 17. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like on it, leave your predictions down in the comments below, and subscribe if you don't want to miss any future videos coming up. Obviously, we've got the Premier League throughout the month of January, then in February we've got the Champions League as well, and then when it gets to the round of 16, we'll be introducing the Europa League to the full 90 as well. So you don't want to miss it. So like I said, subscribe down below, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video very soon.